Luminar, the premier LiDAR system provider for autonomous driving and safety systems, wrote an investor letter. And by the way, very rarely do companies come out and write a letter. But if you saw the run up on the stock that was in February, that was driven by all these multi-billion-dollar deal expansions with Mercedes-Benz and Polestar, and then you see the stock, basically, come down like a rock. You got to ask, hey, what's going on? So part of the shareholder letter, it addressed a couple things. So first thing it did is there was some rumor going around, and one of their competitors saying that Luminar ripped off their technology because of a graphic that was used in the slides. And the company was very clear to say, listen, that is just expected. We're in the lead. We did not rip off any intellectual property. And this company that is coming after us is just trying to basically create a monetization opportunity for themselves. Literally a thumbnail of a generic graphic, and I'm reading this right from the letter, of a photonic integrated circuit on one of the slides in the 165-page presentation. So they replaced it with an actual photo of their integrated circuit. And by the way, I consider that noise, but it wouldn't have been noise if a certain research analyst, and by the way, if I look at, I forget what service this comes out of, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 brokers who follow Luminar. 1 out of 12 gives it a sell category.
Goldman, right?
Most of them are buy category, which kind of leads you to believe, hey, what is this one broker? Well, this other brokerage company actually has a major push campaign going on in another LiDAR competitor. Now, I'm not saying this is the case. I just find it very interesting that 1 out of 12 is so far out of whack from these folks. So, that analyst is either going to be looking like a genius or a total fool. And by the way, it wasn't really even about the so-called ripped off IP. It was the talk about two things: how long can Luminar keep up these prices, and second of all, the valuation premium on the company. So, and I liked the company's response. That was essentially, yeah, we're 50 to 100% higher than our key competitors, because when it comes to safety, companies like Mercedes, like Volvo, and like Polestar don't want to take any chances, and they have hardened contracts with these folks. And quite frankly, they're early to market. So again, I'm not a financial analyst. I'm an industry analyst, so don't take any of this as investment advice. But I just find this unprecedented letter to shareholders pretty interesting.
Yeah. So, by the way, I'm running a little late here. We're gonna have to haul ass. So, Pat, long story short is, I think it's always interesting when there's conflicts of interest that, for whatever reason, analysts that rate stocks and rate pricings don't have to call it out. 2 is Luminar has actual sales, and all these other companies are really just conceptuals in most cases. Very little sales, very little design wins. So I really demark it right there. Straightforward, to the point. It's a huge amount of spend going to, a huge amount of spend going to one company, and then the other companies are basically disproportionately upset. They think it's premium, but the premium is being proven in the fact that one's selling stuff, the other isn't. The ratings thing is always, I've never really understood it.